Thank you. Just want to say welcome. Namgelekile la ekhaya. HEK. Ikhaya labantu bonke abamnyama. Sonke isizwe sabantu samkelekile la ekhaya. Kepha asifuni mdwembe. Asifuni bathakathi. Asifuni bathengisi. Wonke omunye umuntu wamkelekile la ekhaya. I also want to extend a greeting to our diaspora family. Shout out diaspora family. I know you're watching on YouTube. Hello from South Africa. I wanted us to talk about the topic, and it's a very big topic. It's also a very important topic, which is Auset, the source of emotions. Imizwa. Masithi imizwa. Asisho nje imizwa le enjayele mina. Imizwa yomathandana. We're talking about emotions. The emotions, what are the emotions? Anger, ukukwata, is an emotion. Umona, jealousy, is an emotion. Inzondo, hate, is an emotion. Uthando, love, is an emotion. All these emotions emanate from uNomkhubulwane. However, that having been said, the emotions you focus on a daily basis are the emotions that will determine whether you stay stuck or you grow. Those are the emotions that determine whether you will end up in jail or you remain free. Because every action that we do in the physical starts with a thought, and that thought drives an emotion that will lead you into an action. So during this season of Auset, and all the way up until September 23rd, we are in the energy of Great Mother. We are in the energy of the Divine Feminine. We are in the energy of Auset. This is a time where you can sit with yourself and start to take accountability for the things that you do, for the things that you don't do, for the things that you say, for the things you don't say. And all of these things are impacting your daily actions. Okwamanje, as you sit here, you may not like to hear this, but your life currently is as a result of your thoughts, which you then turned into emotions, which is energy in motion, and you acted upon it. So while you want to sit and blame other people for your life circumstance, the truth is you are responsible. At any given point in your life, you are responsible for choosing. Remember, you're a god, you're a goddess. You get to create the reality that you want to see in your life. But that reality is created from thought first. Then that thought, if you feed it, if you obsess over it, creates an emotion. Imizwa laphakathi kwenu. Those feelings are then what drives you into an action, such as uthakatha. And I'm going to speak on uthakatha because this is also the season of the great magician, Auset. Auset yinyanga. Thina inyanga ngesikhathi lesi sijula kakhulu ngoNomkhulu wakhe. So when we talk about Heka, Heka is magic. We are talking about being in this season of Auset. She's called the master magician, meaning she can create magic in your life. Now, can be positive magic, can be negative magic, can be light magic, can be dark magic. The choice is ultimately yours. The caveat with what you choose is, if you are going to dwell on negativity and you're going to nurse negative emotions, that is what you'll grow in your life. You may have someone you don't like. They have no idea you don't like them. Their life moves on. But because you dwell on the negative emotions that you have about this person, your life is what gets stuck. Your life is what doesn't produce fruit. Your life is what doesn't yield any positive outcomes, no matter how hard you try. So it's very important to understand the connection between the spiritual and the physical. Because if you don't understand that, you will go around saying, "Bangloile. Somebody threw a hex at me, and that's why my things are stuck." Meanwhile, you are causing that nonsense in your own life. I think as the Black family worldwide, this is something we need to reckon with, which is accountability for the thoughts we have and the emotions we harbor. Because as the Black family, that is one of the reasons we fail over and over again to unite. We don't harbor many positive thoughts. And you might argue that, well, the life we live is stressful, the life we live has so many challenges. It's hard to stay in positive thought processes. It's hard to stay nursing positive emotions. The problem with that is no one is coming to save us. No one. No one cares about the Black nation. They like our resources on the continent. They like our creativity, which they harness for themselves. Why? Because we are unconscious. We are the most creative beings on this planet. We are the ones who are given custodianship over creation and creativity, not any other race. But because we are all asleep, and because we're all fighting each other over petty things, they are busy harnessing that energy, harnessing that creativity for their own good, and using your very same energy to keep you in oppression. Do you guys see this? So it's very important during this season of Auset. What came to me as I was trying to think about what to talk about: accountability, personal accountability. What do you focus on most of your time? Do an inventory. Take a notebook at the beginning of the week. Do an experiment. Write down every single thought. Mind you, you can't get all of them. But just write down what's going on in you. At the end of your work day when you come home, write down what you're feeling. I guarantee you, more likely than not, you will find you have more negative emotions than you have positive. So somehow you have to shift that paradigm. You have to change that within yourself. No one can do it for you. And the more of us are doing this internal work of becoming emotionally intelligent, that is what emotional intelligence is. Emotional intelligence is not that you don't have negative emotions. Emotional intelligence says, I have these negative thoughts, they bring up certain negative emotions, but I refuse intentionally not to focus on them. How is that done? Easily. Gratitude. Every single one of us here has something that we can be grateful for just by being here. You are alive. Some of you have survived car accidents. Some of you have averted disaster. You have children that are healthy and what. There's so much that we can be grateful for. And that is one sure way of shifting from negative thinking and negative emotions to positive, by going into gratitude. Start thinking of all the things that you are grateful for. If it takes 5 minutes of your time, do it. Because that will shift you from the negative thought pattern, which you can obsess over, and it just grows and grows and breeds the negative emotions. Why don't we want negative emotions? Because when you are dwelling on negative emotions, you lower your vibration. Once you've lowered your vibration, you could leave here with low vibration, and someone you don't even know will have to say. And you ask yourself, but what have I done to this person? No, it's your frequency and your aura that's making you have istina. Wherever you go, nobody wants you. You come there, they turn away and they walk. And you start wondering, why don't people like me? Well, have you gone inside and found out what is actually going in before you say, because more likely than not, that hasn't happened to you. We need to learn not to run outside, looking for who to blame for our issues and problems. First, go inward and make sure that you are okay. And a lot of the problems, even if they are brought by other people, you can override some of those things by going inward and fixing yourself. So the issue of Auset and emotions is very important. It's important to what we call manifestation. Right? Manifestation. You've heard that word. What does it mean? What is manifestation, bro?
Bring things into reality. Bring things into reality.
Bringing things to fruition, perfect. Manifestation is bringing that which you create in your mind, in the spiritual realm, into this physical realm. So how does this actually work? In order for something to manifest here, 3 things are important. Number 1, we said your thoughts. What are you focusing on? Are you focusing on the thing that you want to bring in? And most times it's good to focus on one thing at a time. So whatever it is you really truly desire to have, focus on that one thing. That's one, your thoughts. Number 2, that thought brings forth an emotion. That emotion should be deep desire. Deep desire for this thing that you want. Now tell me, how is it possible that you can desire something so deeply and at the same time you hate your neighbor? How? So most times you're all sitting thinking, I want to manifest this. But if you're harboring any negativity within yourself, you are sabotaging yourself in your manifestation. Manifestation requires a certain purity of heart and purity of intention. So if you're harboring negativity, you're always thinking negative things, everything around you, Jay, is negative. No, this one did this, oh, I hate this one, she irritates me. You can sit for hours, sitting in this own position, manifesting and desiring something. Won't happen. Not gonna happen. So that is why it's really important to be emotionally intelligent. Pick your battles. There's some things that aren't even worth your time or energy or focus. Pick your battles. You'll find that most things you get angry about are not even that important. But that anger lowers your vibration to the point where nothing you try to do will work out. So now, you've desired this thing. Go into a state of gratitude because you're building and creating this thing. When you are grateful, you vibrate the highest. There's a scale they call the vibrational scale, and gratitude is the highest, followed by love. So if you go into that state of gratitude for this thing that you want, I don't know what you all want. You want a nice car, you want a Maserati, whatever it is you want, right? Listen, feel what you would feel when you got this thing and be already in the state of gratitude. Don't put a time frame on it. Don't say, oh, I manifested yesterday, but this thing didn't happen today. It doesn't work like that. You focus, you manifest, and you let it go. Put things around you that remind you of this thing you want. When you're driving on the freeway in your Polo, or whatever it is, what is it? The Polo is still the car, I know. Yeah. So you're driving down the highway, you see this Maserati, or you see this Ford, what is it, FX 450. What you do, see that car and say, yes, right? So you stay in that high positive. Even if somebody in front of you slams on the brake, don't lose your manifestation potential just because somebody did something stupid. You'll be irritated, move away from that and start looking for more Ford FX 450s. So you can stay in your manifestation. It is a lived thing, this manifestation. It's not a, I take, I sit, I do it, I leave it, I go on being the foolish person that I usually am. No, you have to live this lifestyle. That is how you bring the magic or the heka of Auset into your daily life. Now you have plenty of time this season of Auset to do manifestation work because actually we're not supposed to be working at this time. In ancient times, and if we look at the calendar, this is people have harvested or in the period of harvesting and then it's done. Then people are in their homes doing domestic chores, but it's an opportunity to go deep into yourself, deep into your planning and your manifestation for September, which is the next season where we get active again, right? So if you lose this opportunity, you have no one to blame but yourself. And I know somebody's going to say, yeah, but my neighbor makes me angry all the time. They're playing loud music all the time. Listen, your neighbor's not going to manifest on your behalf. You have to overcome that challenge. And there are many challenges that we have to overcome in order to be able to bring into existence the things that we truly desire. All of us. Not a single person who does not have challenges they have to deal with. So I just wanted to come and share that little bit with you. And also to challenge each and every person who's here to take accountability for your lives. Like I said, Black Nation, no one is coming to save us. If anything, they are happy when we are the way we are. They are happy when we are not creative. They are happy when we are disconnected from the cosmos. Because what we're trying to do here is to harmonize with cosmic energy. The current prevailing cosmic energy is the energy of Auset. So these teachings mean nothing if you're not going to put into practice what you hear. You can come and listen to the drumming and dance till you sweat. If you're not actioning any of this stuff, it really doesn't amount to anything. And that brings us to the third part of manifestation, which is getting into action on your manifestation. Otherwise, your dream stays your dream. It stays that, literally just a dream. 10 years down the line, still got the same dream, you haven't moved on it. Why? Because you didn't get into action. Auset, the universe responds to action. Because emotion itself is energy in motion. So you have to start getting, and I don't mean the physicality of now because you've manifested 20 tons of grain. You're going to start plowing now. No. I mean the kind of action where you're putting things down on paper, you're planning things out, whether it be a business, whatever it is you're planning, so that when September comes, you're ready to get into action on it. The energy right now does not support action, does not really support you launching anything new. So if you have anything brand new, you would be disappointed if you launched it now because it won't be as successful as you expected. However, work with this energy to do the groundwork, to do the preparation work, and it starts within you, getting yourself correct. So, Siyabonga, thank you for listening.